here to see the CEO, but I know he ain't gonna see me. So I'm trying to see if I can sign in and see if someone can see me to talk about black people working for Kaiser on contracts. Do I sign in?
Yeah, you have to, in order to be the real equipment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got a little press release we're doing outside right now. I was just wondering if someone could come down and talk to me about black people getting treated fairly on contracts across the state, because it ain't happening.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
If you could have someone come down, I really appreciate it.
I can speak to someone and see if they'll have someone come down there. What do you call pertaining again?
Pardon?
What are you asking for this?
I'm asking someone in charge of or affiliated with construction and procurement of minority contractors, more particularly black folks, being left out.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are we going to go out this way?
Approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're down here right now trying to meet with someone that's in charge of construction as a whole as relates to black contractors. Kaiser Permanente is too big of a company for black folk to be left out of. Now everybody is saying, oh well, we do great in watch right now. We got a big project going on in watch and we got 40%, or we got 30%. But what have you been doing for the last 40 years? What have you been doing for the last 20 years? Black people working on Kaiser Permanente projects with the racist general contractors that they hire. See, it's not all Kaiser's fault, but the general contractors that they hire, they're racist, and they got racist practices, they got racist policies, and they keep the same subs going on and on and on. They will not work with black folk like they should. But more in particular, when a job shows up in Watts or South Los Angeles, they act as if it's the right project to hire black folk on. So with all that being said, man, we want the CEO of Kaiser Permanente to meet with us in San Diego to discuss our directives so that we can put some sort of vehicle in place to assist them in hiring their general contractors. Most of their general contractors, because it's true, most of their general contractors are racist and have a racist past. And they do not have a good record in terms of working with black contractors. So I don't want to beat up on the GCs without talking to the owners. We want not just Kaiser Permanente, we want everybody to know. We want all companies to know that as Kaiser and big business, Fortune 500 companies move forward, we want them to know that black contractors have the skill set to do the work, and they just will not work with us. Much like on a lot of federal and state projects right now. We're talking about black people being inclusive on HUD projects throughout the state, black people being inclusive on state projects, county projects throughout the state for our national training program. We have a national training program founded and run by black folk. And we can't get people to work with us in the capacity that the community needs them to do. But politics are politics. We're here today to make sure that Kaiser know that we're for real about doing business with them, and we want them to understand that you should not spend money in the neighborhood unless you're going to be right by everybody. And I think they can do that. I take my hat off to Brother Todd. Todd has done some good things in terms of working with us and talking with us, but just because you become a member, or we become a member with you, or whatever we do, it doesn't mean we sell out for $5,000 or $20,000. We're still business people, and we can't make it on that. We want to see black folk working. Again, I asked the CEO of Kaiser Permanente to meet with us in San Diego, with their general contractors, with the people that make the decisions, sooner rather than later on Black History Month. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.
The main thing we want to do, this is Oakland, California, and this is where you guys are located at. We want to make sure that all the good stuff that comes out of Oakland is for real for everybody.
Yeah.
There ain't no reason for anyone to say, let me stand back a little bit, there ain't no reason for anyone to say black folks can't do this job and can't do that job. There are certain subcontractors, they don't even have to bid the work, they negotiate the work.
but they go job to job to job to job. That needs to stop. And these same subs will not hire black folk. So when they don't make their minority goals that they're supposed to make, what are we supposed to do? And again, with the minority goals, white women get all of the work. So if white women don't qualify to get all the work, how do we fit in? They gotta understand that we want to work too. We have all the contractors with all the basic trades that they have to offer, but they won't sit with us. It's up to them to give the contracts out to who they want. And that's what they've been doing. And it ain't no difference in black people going to jail. It ain't no different in black people being unemployed. It ain't no different in black people being messed up across the world. And that's what they've been doing to us. And we want to see how President Biden gonna act with all of this. We want to see if President Biden gonna keep his word. Black people saved him. He was dead in the water. He was dead in the water. Clyburn endorsed him in South Carolina, and there he goes. But Clyburn had gotten a base built up from what the lady, what's her name? Elizabeth Warren had talked about. Oh, I think it's time to have that conversation with reparations. Reparations for who? Because y'all ain't saying nothing about black folk. All these different executive orders and ain't nothing in place for black folk. What about black folk? You know how black people think. You know how black people act. You know how black people react. But you don't know how to sign an executive order to help them to some degree. We're the ones that's been messed up the most. We're the ones you sent to jail the most. You and Cameron. But we ain't mad at nobody. Y'all said y'all was sorry. We accept that. But don't just say you're sorry. Do something about it. There are black families that have been messed up from the legislation that they approved for generations. And it'll be negatively affected. Not just affected, but negatively affected. So again, I don't want to beat up on Kaiser because you're black, and I appreciate that. He's black. We just saying that we have a real ass-kicking machine of a team. We have a national president, Brother Abdul Rahim Hamid. We want Kaiser to sit down with this brother. We want Kaiser to sit down with Winston. We want these guys at the helm. We want them at the top as they get ready to select the GC. Well, ask these guys if they're okay. Ask them if they break bread. Ask them if they share the bread. That's what we want. We don't want nothing outside of what's fair. And again, I thank you for coming out
no problem.
and talking with us. We'll be here tomorrow in our protest, but we'll be protesting peacefully. It'll probably be 30, 40 people, but we'll keep our distance, and we don't want no trouble. We're just trying to we're trying to make people aware of who we are, and we're not getting our fair share. That's all we're trying to do.
Well, peace and love to you guys. You guys have a peaceful protest. And
thank you,
I'll
sister.
see you guys tomorrow. So.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. I thought you wanted to say something to us.
Oh no, what's
Well,
going on?
I was just sharing with the lady that we'll be here tomorrow. We're picking the fact that black contractors are not getting their work. Yeah.
What's the issue?
The issue is every store y'all build, every hospital y'all build, black people are not working. We want black people to work with y'all. We want the CEO to understand he just can't be black and hold the CEO's spot. He got to be nice with black folk. Be fair with black folk. That's all I'm saying.
And what is your name?
Black contractors.
What is it again?
Black contractors.
Black contract?
Yeah.
What's your name?
We'll be here tomorrow morning. Black contractors.
Black contractors.
We'll be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay.